Hi there guys, and welcome back to another video. Now I've got to be quick on this one because there's a lot to get through in this video. I went back to PVMing recently, got a bunch of levels, killed a bunch of PVM monsters, which meant a bunch of GP for the account, as well as a bunch of XP and stuff that I haven't really done in a long time after I've been so focused on getting a bunch of these skilling grinds done. Now a lot of these are going to be first timers for me. It's definitely first timers on this account, but first timers for me as I've not really had to go for these before. As you know, being a main account before, I could just buy the stuff. So first off, Spacer's nice task. I managed to get 95 ranged, 93 Slayer, though I didn't get the screenshot for 95 ranged, unfortunately. But I am 1500 kills in with no jaw, so a little bit disappointing. But you know, we move on, we go back, we just keep trying to kill him. Now, first for me on any account is going to be killing Cerberus. As I said, because I was a main account before, never felt the need to actually go and kill Cerb because I didn't really need to get the drops because I could just buy the rewards afterwards. So now for me, the main drops I've sort of been after is the Primordial Crystal, and then the other two crystals as and when, maybe even the pet, because that would be great. Not really after many of the other uniques because they're not as vital even for, you know, the Iron Man. Now, Cerberus has two main special attacks. He attacks with all three, or she attacks with all three combat styles. I just seem to sit and camp Prey Mage because I think that's just mitigates the most damage. Now, the first special attack you see in there lets out like an Aru. Then three ghosts come out, one for each combat style, blue being Mage, red being melee, and green being ranged. And you have to pray accordingly to each one to mitigate the damage, which is 30, and instead you take 30 prayer like drain, and then you have to do that for each of them, so it would be a 90 HP hit or a 90 prayer hit. Then the second special attack you've just seen is that's up like a growl, spits out some lava pools that will do a bunch of tick damage to you that you have to move at least 2 tiles away from and then hit again. Now the main special attack I struggled with and had quite a few deaths to was the ghosts. Now that's because I just couldn't grasp the concept of what prayer I needed to be on when I needed to switch. And what I sort of just learned is obviously just making sure I've got sort of maximum prayer, looking for the first one that comes out, praying according to that. Then as soon as you notice that first prayer drain, switch to the next one. Then that next prayer drain, switch to the next one. Always leaves you on no prayer, but you know, then you just drink up, and that's why Cerberus uses a lot of prayer pots. I did also use thralls as well as my maximum melee setup to get the best kills possible. Did have to wait until 90 KC in order to get the first drop, which was the Eternal Crystal, which out of the three is sort of the middle one. I already have from doing Mage Training Arena the Infinity Boots, so that was quite an easy conversion just straight over to the Eternals. Now, obviously, as I said, Primordials would be the best because they're going to just be a massive increase to the majority of the damage that I output when I'm doing Slayer. The occasions, although they would be great, would mean I'd have to go and camp medium clues until I get lucky and get a pair of Ranger boots. Now, at the moment, I'm very, very far away from wanting to do that, so I just haven't at the moment. But I did manage to grab 92 attack as well, so halfway to 99 on another combat style. And then on 150 KC, I completed the last combat achievement for Cerberus, somehow managing to get all of the others, like the Ghost Skip and all of that, within that 150 KC, so I was very impressed with that. Now, the next drop was 157 KC, managed to pick up the Smouldering Stone. Now, although this is not going to be great for like wood cutting or anything like that with the Infernal Pickaxe or the Infernal Axe, may use it on the Harpoon so that I would be better at Tempros because it will cook some of the fish and won't destroy them like it normally would if you were training normally. So, you know, I'll wait and see what I do with that because it's not really essential. On 167 KC, managed to pick up a duplicate Eternal Crystal. Not great, but I can always keep it and give it to someone else when they get to that level. Or it's just you know, good for the bank. And then on 100 and I believe it's 176 KC, managed to pick up 99 hit points. It's been a long time coming. Very passive skill that you get to 99 just from doing combat. So I ran on over to the PvP arena and then obviously grabbed the cape, did the emote because it's a pretty cool emote. It's one of my favorites. And I'll obviously be putting this straight away for use on doing thieving because it's obviously very good for pickpocketing. Now, as I said, whole 199 kill task I did at Cerberus, netting 17.6 mil GP. So that's obviously mostly from the 3 uniques that we got, but still very, very good. Now, earlier on, getting 93 KC meant I met the threshold to get unlock Thermi. So I managed to actually pull a boss-specific task from Duradel. And because I've got the medium combat achievements done, that meant that I could boost that up to 45. So I managed to just go and do 45 KC at the thermonuclear smoke devil. My sort of method was just tanking it and then get as many kills going back to the POH and coming back. But in 45 KC, didn't manage to pick up the occult and just got 761k GP. So not too bad, but not, you know, the best. It would have been better just to get the occult. Now, I did get some caskets just midway through, or the very beginning of the Cerberus task. Nothing great from them, as to be expected by now. But nothing bad. It's all a lot of alcohols and just the normal stuff, but no uniques, unfortunately. But for now, that's going to be it for this episode. Until next time.